Hi, it's Ursula from ursula-smith.com, and I decided that I would actually show you the carving. I did another tutorial on how to get a design onto your carving material, and I did a little bit of carving but not a ton. And since I do this for my mom, she wanted to know actually how to do the carving start to finish. So I'm not going to do the entire thing, but I am going to show you my carving technique and how I go about it. So I have my design on my material, and you can see my other video on how to do that. And basically what I do is I use the carving head that matches the job, and I try to start from the smallest and go out to the largest. Other people may do it the other way around. It really kind of is up to you what you're more comfortable with. And so the first thing that I do is, this is a smaller design on a big piece of carving material. And so the first thing, especially since it's a circular design or a curved design, is I'm going to cut this. And I use Tim Holtz red handled scissors, and I just cut. And I leave myself a little bit of area. And the reason I'm going to do this is I want to be able to spin my stamp as I'm carving. Get that out of the way. Keep especially with this white, but even with the pink, keep a garbage can handy so you can dump all the excess. And then what I do is I just, especially for this, so this part here where it's shaded, I'm actually cutting out. This part here, I'm just going to etch and just kind of carve just a line. I'm not going to dig out the entire design. So I'm going to start, and I try to start in a corner, like maybe here, and I'm going to just put my knife down, and with just a little bit of pressure, I'm going to start to push. And as I go around the design, I'm actually pushing gently and spinning my stamp at the same time. And you really want to go slowly, because if you push and go too far, you're going to nick and ruin your design. And I would probably stop just short of that corner, the point. Now I took very little stamp material off, but that's okay because I can go back and refine. So now I'm going to start from this edge and follow that design in that edge. And so I would continue to do the same process, and at some point I'll get to an area. Now even in here I might switch out to a slightly bigger edge once I maybe have this part, but I may just stick with the smaller, even for this area here that I'm taking out this whole piece. And I just keep going back over. And I just very carefully remove the material. So I'm kind of in this part going down and pulling back up very carefully. Okay. And so I would go around and do all this interior part, and then what I do at the end is I take the big kahuna and I would go around the edge pretty deeply. To get the outline. Going pretty quick here. Now here I didn't really leave myself enough room, so I have to be a little bit careful. And then I'd go again around and around. And then what I would end up doing is in that groove I just made, I'd cut it. So now I actually have the shape of the stamp. And the other thing that I do as I'm going along, let me show you this, is I will stamp. So distress ink is great to use. It's really easy. Usually I can just tap it and then stamp. And what this allows me to do is, you can see as I go along, I can test my design. And so here, I forget what I didn't like here. Oh, here, this little bit here should be a little more rounded. So then I carved it out, stamped it again, and then this part was a little too straight. So then I just finessed that and then stamped again, and then I was okay with it. So that is my stamp carving technique. Like I said, you can watch the first video to learn about how I got the design onto this carving material, and give it a whirl. It's really, really fun, and you can have your own designs in a matter of minutes. Thanks for joining me. See you next time.